Hey everyone, this is Dr. Jessica. Today is the last day of the year 2023. I want to spend a few moments with you to talk about how this year has gone for you. If you are human like the rest of us, not everything would have gone the way you wanted to.
Mommy,
And just,
Alfie didn't let me play the piano.
okay, you got to figure out a way to use words and and find a negotiation. I'm just doing some work. I'll be with you in a moment. Okay, so life, as Eliza's just impromptu showcased, things don't always go the way we want to, but we can figure out a way. I'm just talking to people. Okay, we can figure out a way to calmly find solutions to our problems. Do you want to go into the tent? And I'll come. And like everyone in my area, we camp and tent and we go find the simpler things in life to understand truly what matters and what doesn't, and how we can find true peace despite the chaos, the beautiful chaos of little kids or rain and navigating living in a tent and figuring out what we want in life. So today, where are you at? What do you want with life? Here are some of my suggestions on what you could do to navigate life. You see, I'm not one to make New Year's resolutions because I think we must be making resolutions every day and monitoring them. But at the end of every year, I write down a list of things that has worked for me, the way I thought I wanted, the things that has gone differently, but things that have gone better than I expected it to be in a different way, and things that really I feel I've let myself down, and things that haven't gone my way, and then I navigate how I can manage that. For instance, I have been working through my journey of calmness, that being calm no matter what. And I must say I've come a long way, but there are things, especially I'm really paranoid when it comes to children's safety. And so sometimes I'm like, stop, don't do this, don't do that. And then I calm myself down and encourage them to look at a different way of doing things as to the reasons why. And sometimes I beat myself up about areas that I think I should be strong at, but I'm not. Or if you're in my position, making lots of public commentary, I'm calming my spirit, although I feel either I haven't communicated a message well, or there's hate mail coming my way. I navigate it through maybe going for a run, maybe going for a walk, and then calming my spirit. What is it for you? Is it money? Is it relationships? Is it your work? Is it your study that you've been dealing with? How have you found balance in your life? You see, I don't believe in, look, each to their own, but there's all these things on the internet that you manifest this and life will work out exactly the way you want to. Well, you know what, perhaps for those people it does, but in my experience, my personal experience in talking to many people and looking at evidence-based research and looking at yoga and other Eastern spiritual aspects and the Western spiritual aspects, studying them, I know from these experiences that things don't always go your way. But the winners are those people that are able to navigate life and create beautiful memories even when things don't go their way. So I encourage you today to write down those lists, things that have gone my way, things that have not gone my way, things that have gone better than I thought it would, things that have gone worse than I thought it would. And perhaps take a moment to write how you felt about it, what you could do differently next year, what you actually learned from those things that didn't go your way. What are the lessons you've learned? and then you can become stronger because of it. Now, in my work, I work with individuals, so I empower people to bring out their greatness and shape their place in the world. I also work with organizations and places, geographical places, to navigate how solutions can be found that benefits most of the people in the area to live in peace. I say most because we're all amateurs in paradise. I don't think we'll be finding perfect peace anytime soon in the world, unfortunately. That's an idealistic thinking that I hope would happen, but I don't know. The realist in me says perfect peace is never found this side of paradise. So when I work with organizations, I find or conflicts in geographical places, I find there's so much polarization and perspectives, all of which are true in its own right, but when put on the balance of things, it doesn't work. Why am I talking to you about that? Because these working and doing and researching geographical places actually enables me to help my clients find that balance in their individual lives. If you think about it, our problems are just a small scale version of big picture problems, and big picture problems are large scale versions of small picture problems. So you can learn from everything. So look around you and see how you can find balance. You're not going to find that you get your way all the time. But that's not to say that you need to be a doormat. Like where I was raised, we were always taught to turn the other cheek no matter what, and I felt I lost my balance there to the other extreme, that I've lost my sense of who I was. So you need to have the courage to say, no, this is me. I have the right to be me, and I have the right to my self-esteem, my mana, my dignity, and what I want in life. I don't want to give up everything, but in so doing, how can you also not be a bully that you want to get everything at the expense of the other person? And it's right. And that could be with your siblings, like this sibling conflict. Like, I speak to a lot of people that are in conflict with their siblings, and I, in my personal life, look at people who don't talk to each other because they got one pencil less than the other person, or someone has said something to them that's hurt them so much. So that's it. End of. I'm not going to talk to this person. Yeah, sure, abuse. If there's intense abuse, you need to love people from a distance. But sometimes I feel balance can be found, but we choose not to find balance because we've got our egos holding on to our egos, and they're holding on to their egos, and middle ground is never found, which is really unfortunate, not just for them, but also for you. So think about it. This last day of the 31st of December 2023, look at how can you find balance so you can live your best life and others can live their best life. And in so doing, you can shape your place in the world into one of beauty, the best life that you can live. And perhaps flick a note to somebody you haven't spoken to, but you think there might be a chance that there's an opportunity to mend that relationship. Or perhaps don't flick a note if you know in your heart, absolutely, you've tried a million times and you end up getting hurt. To safeguard yourself, you might feel that you shouldn't do it, but the love in your heart is warning you to do it. But perhaps in this situation the right thing is to love people from a distance. So send a card and retain the distance. But either way, try to find the balance, and in so doing, find peace. The other thing I want to talk about today is about your holistic life. Because most of us think, people ask me, who are you? What do you do? I always tell them I'm more than who I am, and what I do is two different things. So try to find that separation. And it's not, and who you are on the inside and who you are on the outside can be two different things. But don't let other people manipulate you into believing who you are. Yes, you need to take feedback from others, but use that to constructively build yourself. You know, we build houses, we build towns, we build cities, we build careers, we build organizations. But one thing humans don't spend a lot of time in is building themselves. They might spend time building their muscles, and you know, I love physical exercise too. But if you're not going to seek who you are on the inside, the real you that resides within you, there will be no peace found on the outside. No matter what, it might be, you know, you might win the lotto and you might be temporarily happy. You might find the most beautiful girl or the boy, and that might bring you temporary happiness. You might find the job that everybody wants, but you got. But that's not going to bring you lasting fulfillment. I mean, I don't need to tell you the number of people that have been so rich, have found fame and fortune, but have not found peace. So this year, try to find peace from within. And in saying that, I want to admit, you know, look, I'm not perfect. I keep saying that because, you know, sometimes people listen to people on the YouTube or their websites and think, oh, these people live perfect lives and they're so awesome. We are not. I'm not. You know, I often apologize to my kids for my failings. And I tell them I'm not perfect. I'm a work in progress. And so you need to do that to yourself. Accept that you're not perfect. You are a work in progress. But the key is to be willing to find room within yourself to create a better version of yourself, because we can all be better tomorrow than we are today. And by that I don't mean just your looks or finances or your jobs. I mean all of you. We can be better tomorrow than we are today, and that needs to be our purpose. How can we be as humans become our better versions of who we are today? And if we can do that each and every day, we will find fulfillment, bring greatness in our lives. And you know what, so I'll be honest, sometimes I'm selfish. I do this for a very selfish reason. I become better than I am tomorrow than I am today, because I want my children to do that in their own lives. You know, so if we are not good role models for our children, or if you don't have children, if you might have nieces and nephews, or you might be a big boss in a company, you want them all to be better. And to do that, you need to find that you need to do that yourself, because people see through it if you're just talking and not doing. What advice do you have to give the people I'm talking to, Eliza? You want to give them any words of advice? What do you want to tell them about life? Donkey? How can they make their lives better, do you think? Find the simple joys of life, and you will find fullness in life. So today I've spoken for 12 minutes. So basically the summary is that the key to life is find balance. Find out the areas that's worked for you. Find out the areas that hasn't worked for you. Write them down, and find out the areas that's worked better. Find out the areas that's worked worse. Write them down and see what you've learned from them, and look at how you can be a better person tomorrow than you are today. Stay true, stay blessed, keep sparkling wherever you are. Here from the farm in the deep heart of New Zealand, with dogs and cats and horses and all sorts of living beings, I wish you the very best for 2024.